I think there's still like 3 more streams left going on this game though, which is mad.
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
Seriously, dude? Come on.
So sorry, Ota. Date told me to be the bad cop.
I did not.
Temper, temper.
Whatever. Anyway, Ota, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it. Your mother, Mayumi Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Because we know you didn't buy the
Why
chocolate.
would she be? That happened at 3 a.m. She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there, but it makes it likely. The evidence is...
The chocolate.
The Hodoroki man chocolate.
the same one I showed you at the hospital. I found it in the corner of the cold storage warehouse.
So? That doesn't prove anything.
It does mean appreciate more
Naomi's
important.
fingerprints were on the package.
What?
You have a bad poker face, Ota. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the
Yep.
package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so were you.
Wait a minute. Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Ota?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought. I could tell it wasn't my mom even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you covering for her?
Covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not.
Are you sure about that? You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse.
Yep.
But you're hiding that from us. Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
I am not.
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway? What do you think I'm hiding?
Your mum.
The kitchen knife with a floral pattern. Mom, I love you always is carved on the handle.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He
Mhm.
knows how much I love flowery designs.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
I knew it.
No, my mom didn't do it.
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because I know how it looks. I thought Mom would get accused, and then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that. And Mom never liked Tessa. So maybe, just maybe, Mom hired someone to kill Tessa, and she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way. Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
This is as far as I know we can get him.
I agree.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Iris. Because
You had a car. And streaming equipment. Nope.
the Matsushita's van was
Oh,
standing
yeah.
in the parking lot of the Famista while Iris was in the car. That was yesterday, 10:32 p.m. 1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away, Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate. She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras at the store. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van. And that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next to impossible.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
What?
You said it yourself. She could have hired someone to commit the crime.
Yep.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear from Mayumi herself. I need to hear her explain the chocolate, the knife. There's a lot to cover. I'm gonna head to Matsushita Diner.
What? Hey, wait a minute.
Don't worry, I'm not going there to arrest her. I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Really?
Yes,
You won't arrest her?
your mother wouldn't kill anyone, right, Ota?
Thank you, Date.
Can I? Oh, we'll let the cutscene go. I want to check the routes here.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita, but I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
I finally remembered about the warehouse. I did it. I did everything.
Tuesday one, Tuesday though. Okay, that's a confession.
I didn't do this last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've slept on it?
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest, I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
No, it's true. I kidnapped that witch. I took her to the warehouse and...
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball out?
Yes,
And the polar bear costume?
I bought it through mail order.
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's right.
Date, the criminal has confessed. Arrest her immediately.
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that?
I heard that she used to be an actress.
It would explain a lot of shit in her movie.
Sounds about right.
Why did you stream it online?
Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about online streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but...
Could you explain it to me?
Huh?
Step by step. Just tell me what you did.
I can't explain it in words.
Because you're an idiot.
It's more like muscle memory. I was able to get it working after trying a few times, that's all.
Mm-hmm. And where'd you get the camera and laptop?
I picked them out of the garbage.
But that's also
Which
a lie.
garbage?
I don't remember.
Yep, that's bollocks, love. That's absolute bollocks, and but we know
It's
it.
true. I planned the whole thing.
If you planned it, why did you pick it out of the garbage? Okay, why did you kidnap Iris?
My son is under that witch's spell. Merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding him dry. I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him.
I do think that Iris is actually really dodgy here. Don't get me wrong, but I don't really think that's the case. And why'd you take out her eye?
Because I just hated her so much. Killing her wasn't enough.
That you wanted a token?
Well,
You were in the polar bear costume, right?
So you stabbed your son.
That means you stabbed him.
yes, I stabbed him with the knife I brought from home. I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just...
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura.
That's right.
And they took out their left eye.
Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out.
And so was
So
Iris.
was Iris.
So, are you confessing to the other crimes too?
This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the same person. So this person in the polar bear costume, they are the new Cyclops killer. And you're telling me that person is you? You killed Shoko and Renju?
Yes, I killed them.
She's defending her son. When and how'd you kill her?
Well, I don't remember.
Of course you don't.
What do you mean you don't remember? Do you really think that lie is...
I have a memory disorder. I don't always remember everything. It's not my fault.
Yeah, that part is true.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
There are times I remember and times I don't remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular. There are circumstances that might cause selective memory.
Yes, we
For
know.
whatever reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind. This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
We know. So what was your motive?
Isn't Rinju Okiura the president of that awful company where the witch works? He's just as responsible, using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. And I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate. That man is the root of all evil.
The root of all evil. Huh?
That's why I killed him.
And Shoko?
Rinju's ex-wife, right? I did it to get to him.
But the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
In your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really starting to aggravate me.
Yeah.
I answered your questions, so there.
One more. Just one more, love. Why are you lying?
I am not lying.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying.
Well, arrest you for perjury.
I killed Shoko and Rinju, and I tried to cut that demon witch in half.
Date, there's no point in letting this go. She's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer. I am.
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
Yep.
If Mayumi was at the scene before Ota,
She may have seen the criminal's face.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Date, sync with her.
Are we syncing with her too? We're syncing with everyone! Bloody hell. It's literally everyone and their mum.
Pewter, we're going to sync with Mayumi Matsushita. Prepare the machine.
Well,
What happened?
the sync machine isn't operating to capacity. Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture. To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard. And now, it's not responding.
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours, at least.
You've got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
But we need to, or this investigation is going...
Date, I suggest we may be able to find some clues.
Good idea.
Okay.
Pewter, we're counting on you for those repairs. I'll be back in 6...
But you said 8. Please, you have to give me at least 8.
That pewter. Always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Yeah, Pewter is just that kind of guy, you know?
Oh my god, Pewter, I'm so sorry for you, mate.
Hey, this is a hostile work environment.
Aww. Oh, I don't trust Boss.
Why would Mayumi lie?
But while Boss is here, she's not King's so.
She is probably protecting someone.
Yeah.
But who?
Her ex-husband and her son are the only likely possibilities. However, her ex-husband is dead.
Surely you know by now. There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
It's Ota.
It has to be.
Does Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
Last night, Ota left Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is responsible for everything.
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
Yeah! Oh my god, she's
Yes.
smart.
Why would he do that?
Be the hero.
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts. What
Okay.
do you think about the possibility that Ota...
Impossible.
Why?
He would keep a keepsake from her. That's the only possibility.
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
There is a chance that Iris was not in the passenger seat. She could have been driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the warehouse.
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves.
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
What?
Or even asked Ota to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
Are we talking about somebody with a Geass? This isn't Code Geass.
In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear.
That was just a dream. It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
Yeah. So it is very possible that Ota is.
In short, Ota and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
This is what I originally said, but then we went through the other timeline.
A performance?
So now
Iris
I'm
drove the
even more.
Matsushima's van. Ota drove the station wagon. They went to the warehouse Then, they prepared the live stream. Iris anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Ota to extract it. After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Ota donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider this.
The polar bear and the
The
Ota.
stream, Ota and
Yeah.
the polar bear were never on screen at the same
Hold on.
time.
I've literally already discussed this so many times. But don't take my theory and make it your own.
True. That means Ota went off camera, took off the costume, and then...
Stay away from Tessa!
Perhaps Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Yes. But this is only a theory.
A game theory. For attention, for
Consider the
views.
possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renju.
Then, this whole thing was to get her off the suspects list. That's why she pulled out her eye and had Ota stab himself. It makes it look like there's another criminal involved.
I will repeat myself in saying that this is only a theory.
A game theory.
It is one of many possibilities.
It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. They wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
No. But you forget that it would either get her out of the idol business, or it will give her an increased amount of attention. And Ota gets the chance to be the hero and whatnot.
Date, you must consider the mental state of the serial killer. Shoko and Renju were both exposed and displayed.
Yes, indeed they were.
And they both had their left eye removed while they were still alive. Whoever our killer is, it is clear that they are sociopathic or even psychotic.
Indeed, indeed, I agree.
We can't rule anything out.
The live streaming is a bit different to the other two. Well, the other two were displayed. They was displayed in areas that people don't go to. Or at least people have not open to the world.